Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Getting Started in Business, the 14th edition. I am super excited to be with you. This is Janice Buford, Director of the Women's Business Center. I am thrilled, and let me tell you why. It is going to be exciting tonight because this is first, there's a lot of reasons. Oh, here comes Alicia. Hey, so we're going to let everybody in here. Let me tell you why it's going to be so exciting. It's going to be exciting because you are here and we're going to do everything. Okay. This is a family affair. Everybody in here now, you're family. You're in the room, you're family. Okay. And so we are going to get this party started. I'm so excited. Hi, Miss Alicia. How you doing? Welcome, all of you all. We're going to get to know each other real well. Let me tell y'all something. Oh, you already know what to expect. But before we go into that, again, we get started typically around 6:04, 6:05. Let me tell you why. Because we got bosses in the room, okay? And some of them, they have jobs, full-time jobs that they work, right? So it takes a minute to transition. I get it. People got to pick people up, take them, drop them off. I'm usually coming in on two wheels. I mean, literally like this, because I am 51 miles away from the office when I come. So the good news is that I had an offsite event today. So guess what? I didn't come on two wheels. So I do understand. So we start around 6:04, 6:05. So you'll have some wiggle room to get in there, brush your hair down so it look like you frazzle and then come in the room. So I am thrilled to pieces to host you tonight. We have 9 and a possible. We should, at the end of the day, we should have 10 because we're waiting to hear from one boss that is interested in the class. So I have on the screen what you should expect from this tonight, right? And we are going to I'm going to make sure as your hostess that you have everything you need. But guess what? Let me take that off because we need to get to know each other. And we're going to do that first. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Stop presenting to me so we can all be in the room like this. Let me take a few things off. So we got everybody. Now let me just put little house rules in here, okay? We want to see your face. Let me tell you why. Because it's 6 to 8, okay? And that's 2 hours after a long day. And we want to be able to engage. I want you to be familiar with these reactions at the bottom, right? So that you don't put the sad ones on there or this one, I'll get nervous. Never the thumbs down one. But if you see or hear something you like, please use the engagement buttons at the bottom. This is a Google Meet room, and I want to make sure you're familiar. Now the chat box, you all, let me see. Somebody already got something in the chat box. What did it say? Oh, my note taker. Hey, note taker. Thank you for being in the room. Use the chat box. Let me tell you why. This is supposed to be interactive, right? I shouldn't just be the only person talking. So I may not always see it because I'm here moving, shaking, trying to get everybody acclimated in the room, but engage. I had one class that the first night they were throwing in their Instagram handles. Go right ahead. Put your Instagram handle. You all are going to be together for 12 sessions, 6 weeks. You get to know each other. You create your community and you're able to better engage. So does everybody know what the chat box is? It's so you can put hi or hello or I or nay or don't say bye because we got to be on here for a little while. But okay, hi everyone. Okay, everybody engage the chat box. Not when you're driving, Jerome, please. And you either, Miss A, don't type anything until you can because I know some of you might be driving. But we want to enable that chat box, enable the reactions there to make sure everybody has what they need, especially to engage. But without further ado, I want us to just go around, okay? And we are going to go into our, just the lay of the land in terms of what to expect, go through our slides. But I just want to know, how'd you get here, right? Who invited you? How did you find out? So we can just lay up the opportunity. So we're going to go around the horn. Let me stop my little spotlight here. And I'm going to spotlight. When I mean spotlight, you know how they pin you to the screen. So I'm the only one you could really see profoundly. Let me get off of that. Why am I on there? Let me unpin myself. Okay, so here we go. What I want you to do is just tell me how you got here. We're going to talk about your business later, but I want us to just share, get to know who is in the room. Look at my AI notes in here. I don't even need the AI guy in here because I'm already recording, but it's okay. I call him Mr. He's the little R. Everywhere I go, he goes. I go anywhere. Seriously, virtually, he's always there. So next Wednesday, you're not going to be in here, Mr., because I already have somebody transcribing me, and that's Gemini. So thank you. So anyway, let's get into it. Just tell us who you are and how'd you get here, and then we'll get into your businesses a little later. So Miss Leneva, you're the first one on here. Hey, please tell me how you found out about it, and we're gonna go around. Why don't you kick us off? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, hey, Jamise, thank you for calling me out first. um, well, I'm Leneva Morgan, and how I found it, when I started this whole business thing, looking into researching, Greater Wealth Works was one of the first organizations that I saw out there. And I had also heard from a former colleague about the good work that you do. So that's why I wanted to reach out. And then when I saw that you were there, and we met years ago with Everybody Wins. And so I was like, I must need to connect with this organization some kind of way. But I was really excited. Yeah, I was really excited about this class because I'll get into the business later, but I know there's a lot I need to learn. So I'm excited to be here so I can learn from everyone.
I am thrilled to pieces. You brought up Everybody Wins. Do you know that was the first organization I ever was on the board for? My first boardship ever. So it's so good to make your reacquaintance. I knew that name. I was like, is this my cousin? But it is an acquaintance in that community. I can't wait to hear about your business. So thank you for being here. All right, the Hewitt dynamic duo that said they did not match on purpose. They are so in sync. How'd you get here?
Yes, good evening, everybody. I am Tony Hewitt. Let's see, I was clicking around with SBA and trying to find local connections. I wanted to learn as much as I can before rolling out a business. So that's how we found Greater Wealth Works. And while doing the research, found this class as well. So I jumped on this and some of the trainings that have already happened. And so that's to learn as much as I can from this organization.
Listen, I am so happy for the SBA website because people get on there and they keep going down further and further and further, and boom, here we are. So thank you, algorithms. Thank you, SBA. Thank you, Ms. Hewitt, for being here. Now, who might that be?
Yes,
with you there on the right.
Yeah, this is my lovely husband, and we are a pair. So what I learned, he needs to learn to make sure I learn it as well as I should. So I'll let him introduce himself.
Sure. My name is Julio Hewitt, and I guess I found out about this program through Tony as we were searching for information to help us with the franchise that we're looking
at. Awesome. And I had a chance to meet the Hewitts in a session that I hosted, and I was so happy they found us, and we just connected, and now they're here for life. So we're excited to be with you, and I'm so glad y'all are doing this together. We'll find that there's someone else in the room whose wife already went through it. Now he's going through it. So I'm so excited to see you all go through it. And then Jerome, he'll come up, who's also known as Jay, by the way. He will share how he found out as well. But I just like that because I think it's a great way to tag team, especially on some of the homework assignments. And I'll be interested in how you're going to pitch during the pitch day. So it's going to be a family affair here. So I'm glad you're here. Okay, Shalana, what happened? You were on camera and waved, and now you're not on camera. What we're doing here, Shalana? You? There she is. Oh, yes, girl. Listen, we want the cameras on. I don't want to be where you all are not on camera and I'm here. And so, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. We're going to talk about the book, the booked and busyness of it all with our business a little later. Now we just find out how you found Greater Wealth Works before we dive in. How'd you find out about us?
Through Keita Major. She's also in the same building as you all. And she said that it would be good for me to, get in contact with you and learn some things as far as, helping out my business and educating myself on different things that would help my business. So
let me tell you something. I'm so proud of you. Let me tell you why. Because some people give you good advice and you don't follow it. Someone say, you know what? I think you should go to this program. It's very good. It's great timing. Gonna learn how to pitch your business, get your business plan, and then you do nothing. But you didn't do that, Shalana, and I'm grateful. And what better gift can we get than a good referral? So you just thank Peter and tell her that you're leaning in and you're gonna learn so much. I promise. Glad you're
thank
here.
you.
You're welcome. And leave your camera on now, unless you got to do something. Here's the thing. No pressure, but I think it's just better when we can see each other. One lady, and I'm not gonna be long. She was a braider and actually a hairstylist, and she was busy, but she was so wanting to be a part of this experience that she would leave her camera on because I was like, everybody has to put the camera on, and she would do hair and everything while we're on there. Now, it wasn't a distraction. It was just she was so interested in being in here. So we know everybody's booked and busy, but the more engagement we had, the better. So thank you, Shalana.
Thank you for
All
having
right.
me.
You are welcome. Don't forget to thank Peter now, because we wouldn't even be able to know each other when you have her. All right, Miss Alicia with the beautiful cover photo. Can you come off? Hey, Alicia. Listen, how are you? And welcome, welcome. I love it. Can you tell us how you found out about Greater Wealth Works? How'd you get here? What happened? Oh, you on mute, Miss Alicia?
I'm
There she
sorry.
goes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
I was just doing some research about new business startups, communities that will help you get, your foot in the door to better understanding on how to build your business and, tips and tricks and tools to get more information on how to be successful.
Awesome. Let me tell you, I love a good researcher, because I'm telling you, when they research and they get to Googling or Gemini or whatever, and they find you and they go through. So, did you come in through the Women's Business Center? Because I know your
Yes.
name. Okay. All
The
right.
women's.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being in the room. Listen, Miss A is still driving. Oh, you scared. I thought you was okay. You
I'm
say
gonna come on for a second. Yeah, I'm safe. I'm parked.
okay.
I came to know with the Greater Wealth with AARP webinar one time, and then I started receiving emails, and then I joined the Digital Ready
Yes.
classes. So I took one class. I have one more to go, and I saw this class before, but I didn't register because I'm not new in business. Until
Yeah.
last time you said, even if you've been in business, try it, you'll love it. So I'm here to see it. I'm excited to be here.
I am so happy. And listen, do you all know that y'all don't know this because she didn't say it. She speaks French. So Miss A was on one of our calls, right? And we had
Yeah.
a partner on there, and Miss A said, listen, I can translate. And so did you get with Kiva, our international partner?
Yes, yes, yes.
Congratulations on being partner. You're gonna go far. You never know where that's gonna take you, but see, you learned
Yeah.
it and connected in the space that we created for you at Greater
Yes,
Wealth
yes,
Works. So I'm
yes.
proud of you. And this course is not just for new business owners, Miss A. So thank you for saying that. This
Yeah.
is for business owners, period, that want to shift, they want to lean in, they want to pivot, they want to get the best business plan that they could possibly get in order to grow their business. So be safe, and it's okay if you're off camera, because I don't want you to be driving. Okay, because we
Yeah.
want you to be safe, Miss A. Okay,
Thank
thank you for
you.
leaning in. Yes, yes. Jay, better known as Jerome to me. Are you ready to tell us how you got here? You good? I know you were driving too.
Yes, I just made it home.
Awesome, awesome. How did you get here? Listen,
Yep,
before I
yep.
spill the beans on these people.
Yeah, go ahead. Uh, Hi, my name is Jerome Dent. I've known Janice from another lifetime. Years ago, we went to school together, and we ran into her at a seminar earlier this year. My wife and I, and my wife signed up for the program, and she did the past 6 weeks, and she really enjoyed it. And after each meeting, she was giving me feedback and telling me all the different things she learned. So I thought it was, since I have a business myself, I thought it'd be very interesting for me to learn as well and get some kind of guidance to help me with my new business. So that's why I'm here.
Jerome, I'm so proud of you because you listened to your wife, and she and I really got to know each other. Because let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, even though I was not facilitating the class, it was Coach Steven. I go to all the classes, so I don't miss any of these. And let me tell you why. Every time I'm in the room, as Jerome said that his lovely wife was sharing feedback from the class, I learned something. So even though I'm not facilitating for the last 8 cohorts, I have been there intentionally, selfishly, mostly, because I'm a business owner. So I don't want to miss anything. So thank you for doing that. Did I miss anybody? And listen, Jerome and I have been knowing each other since elementary school. Isn't that crazy? And then I saw, what is Jerome doing? He was at an event. And so here he is. So thank you. I know many of you have either connected with me on webinar or in the WBC or got referred. You are in here. Let me tell y'all something. You're in here for a reason. And it's this cohort, it's this kinetic energy, it's this opportunity for you. So congratulations, because at the end of the day, if you have spent any time working on your business, great. But a lot of you spend a lot of time working in your business. So this is going to allow you to be intentional about working on your business, because that's going to help your business thrive. So welcome for the ride, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into it. Did I miss anybody? Anybody chatting to me in the chat box? I'm trying to make sure, because I'm doing all kind of things over here, trying to make sure I have my fan. So, because one time I'll bring out my fan, not to, but just because of where the fan's at, that kind of thing. But I got all kind of great stuff to make this interactive. And I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Did I miss anybody? Doesn't look like I did. Jay, Miss A, Laniva, Shalana, Hewitt. Okay, let's go. All right. So listen, again, you came here from different ways, research, referrals, but now that you're here, you need to make sure that you soak everything up. But what should you expect around what we're going to be doing today and beyond? You will find in this course, I am not going to read to you, but I am going to explain to you. Okay. And the reason why I'm not going to read to you, because you're going to get all of these slides, but I am going to highlight information that's very important. Building a business plan, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a business plan, great. But if it's a year old, well, if it's more than 3 years old, that means it's a business. Let's see, it's old. You need to make sure it's refreshed. 3 to 5 years at least. And even if you have one, at the end of the day, you can refine it, which is why you're here. Oh, Jerome, go right ahead. I think you have your hand up.
I'm sorry, I did that by mistake.
Oh, no worries. No, you're trying to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's. No worries. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to learn the key fundamentals. I have exciting news to share. There was one, I was going to say contestant because she was, but participant in this course that went on to get her pitch readiness business together. She was in this class like you. She perfected her pitched and won $20,000 last week. Let me tell you, the business plan is how she got there. Okay. And if you're a Cobb County business, congratulations. Because guess what? Once you finish this course, you will get your certificate of completion, and you too, they're not giving away $20,000, but the Office of Economic Development in Cobb County is providing $10,000 grants for business owners. So business plan is very important. You're going to understand the key fundamentals. Second, the business canvas. I'm going to talk to you about that. Okay. And if you've heard about it, great. But if you haven't, we're going to get into it. And then finally, you're going to understand the business, the whole impetus of why research is important, which of course you all know Miss Alicia talked about her research. Now, where are we going? Oh my gosh, why is that date on there? Okay, so we're not going to go. I don't like wrong stuff. But that date is not the 28th through the 11th. We're going to be May 19th, and that's okay. Got a few updates I have to do to this. May 19th, which is tonight, to July the 2nd. Guess what? The 4th of July is on a Friday, but before you get to it, you're going to be done, pitch ready, certificate, and everything, because we're going to go in hard in June, because that Every Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be together. You're going to get everything you need to be successful. So what are we going to be focused on for the next 6 weeks? This right here. If you have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if you have these 8 key strategy articulation items, I promise you, there's not a pitch that you're not going to have a viable opportunity to be able to have. Now, we don't have guarantees over here. Okay. We don't know if you're going to win or not, but we know that executive summary with these components, you are going to spend time on it. I talked to somebody last night. Where is Miss Patricia? She just came in my mind. Patricia, are you on? I thought I let her in the room. Let's see. I don't see her anymore. My goodness. Okay. I got to see where she is, because I was getting ready to say this, that I met a business owner who had paid someone to do their business plan. But let me tell you something about paying somebody to do your business plan. It's going to be difficult because you're not going to know it if like the back of your hand, okay, if you don't build it. I'm just trying to keep it 100. If you don't build it, you're not going to know it like the back of your hand, which is why you are here. Okay. You are going to get every franchise or not. We've had franchises before. Matter of fact, we had a whole agency owner from, oh my gosh, what's the name of it? Farmers Insurance. And you know they got a blueprint, but every piece of this is what she went through so that she could make sure that she had the key fundamentals of her business. So let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to memorize any of this. This is the journey that you're going to be on, right? Because once you finish this course, again, no guarantees you're going to win grants, but you got a greater chance of winning grants, winning contracts, winning business, because you have gone through the process of executing your executive summary by way of the business plan. We're going to teach you how to do that. All right. I'm excited about that. All right. Let me keep it moving. I don't know where Miss Patricia went. My goodness. Okay. I know it's nobody in the waiting room, so that's good. I'm sure she'll come in. Guess what? It's time for you to talk about your business. Now, let me tell you something about Jamise, Coach J, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for this, because I won't. I will be on time each time. So this is where you are going to have for 60 seconds to give us who your business is. What do you do? What problem are you solving? Who are you? So this is the part I was telling you we're going to get into. Now, this is a no judgment zone. Okay? We're not judging here. What we're doing is a before and after. Before you take the class, right? Or really the first day of the class, and then the pitch day. I'm telling you, it's going to be leaps and bounds. I have seen it, right? And the way we refine it is that we're going to go through the modules in this course, okay? So who's going to go first? Me. All right, here we go. 60 seconds. Hi, my name is Jamise Buford. I'm the Women's Business Center Director here at Greater Wealth Works. We specialize in helping people on the economic mobility train, whether you're an individual, a small business owner, a boss, or someone who's starting to get in business. We are here. We provide you with a array of services to include resources, courses, coaching, and consulting. Our goal is to help you get from concept to contracts, from concept to winning money, or if you're in business, to help you pivot successfully. My name is Jamise Buford, Greater Wealth Works, Women's Business Center Director. Okay, listen, let me tell you why I can do it fast like that, because I practice. This is what I do, right? You too can practice, but tonight is showtime. Who wants to go first? Did y'all understand what I want, right? What I didn't say the problem I was going to solve. If you want to say what problem you're solving, but you got to do it in 60 seconds. You know why? That's important, because what's going to happen is you're going to have so many opportunities after this class. You're going to be on the elevator going to the Commerce Club, and you're going to get on there with some investors, and it's going to take you 60 seconds to get to the 43rd floor, and you're going to be able to say, they're going to say, hey, what are you doing? You're going to knock it out just like that. Or you could be like Jerome and I when we were together at the what was it, at the Rice Center, the Russell Innovation Center for Entrepreneurs, and we were working the room, meeting people, and there were people from all over, investors. There were some people from the county, and they're like, "What's your business? Who are you do? And what do you do? Who are you?" You go right into that. People don't have a lot of time. They don't want to hear the 15-minute version. They want to hear 60 seconds, and you never know where that's going to leave you. All right, did I give y'all enough time? All right, who's going to go first? So let me get my timer. I love a good timer. Let's see here.
I'll go.
All right, hold on. That was fast. I didn't even get the timer. Hold on, just stop watch. All right, who is that?
Shalana.
Hi, how are you? You ready?
Yeah,
Yeah, let me and guess what, y'all? Guess what else I have to do while I'm on here? I mean, too much. I have to give I got to do some social media. So if you've not leaned in with our social media, you might see yourself. All right, let's go, Shalana. Boom.
Okay. Hello. Hi. I'm Shalana Whitson, also known as Vibrate Hire. I'm a traveling master braider. Um, I also have a location. I'm location based as well in Sandy Springs. I specialize in helping clients who suffer with alopecia, hair thinning, and breakage. Hair is provided for all styles as well. So that's all I have.
Okay. Not too bad. I was trying to get some video of you. How did we do on time? Let me go. Oh, you did great, girl. You had like 15 more seconds left. All right. So did y'all get a little bit of what Shalana is doing over there? Yes. All right, Shalana, I'll let you off the hook. And let me tell you something. Did you know that people with different hair type of opportunities, that's what we call them, not challenges, they're coming forward. It's this whole evolution. I don't know if it was like a Falcons cheerleader or some kind of big cheerleader that took off her wig and was raising awareness around alopecia. So I think it's not this unwritten rule or quietness around it. I think it's coming out a lot more. So we might need to talk about how you're going to capitalize on that. Okay. All right. Great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me unpin you. See, I'm trying to get, okay, there we go. Cancel, everyone. All right. I was trying to pin you. Okay. Here comes Miss Patricia. I know she was in here and then she was out of there. All right. Listen, the Hewitt Dynamic Duo. You want to go next?
Sure. You want to split it up? Or?
No pressure. No pressure. Okay. So
Well,
let
hi,
me
my name is Julio Hewitt, and this is my wife Tony, and together we are opening up a Gray's Craze. So what is Gray's Craze? That is a charcuterie business where we will put together various sizes of charcuterie boards for your event, for a celebration, a retirement, birthday party, baby showers, whatever it may be. And 70% of our business is business to business. So a lot of corporations will get charcuterie boards for employee days, events at your corporate locations. And then 30% of our business is going to be business to consumer. And that's where you would have it for your baby showers, retirement parties, and so forth. And so we offer gourmet cheeses, gourmet cured meats, vegetables, fruits, you name it, vegetarian options. We can satisfy you for whatever you need.
We appeal to everyone and we celebrate everything.
Oh my goodness. 53 seconds. That was great. And did y'all practice? My goodness. I had never heard of the business until I met you. So how exciting. I hope y'all got a little insight to what they're doing. This is a franchise, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Awesome. Great job. I'm kind of thinking what question I have and what feedback I want to get. Listen, people are all into the charcuterie boards. Now, listen, I don't know where that phase came from, but it's a part. I don't know if it's a healthy eating, but it's a whole community. Okay, let's be clear. I did a little research. There's some influencers out there too.
Yes.
It's a whole thing. So I am excited about learning how you're going to institute that. Miss Hewitt, I just wanted to let you know I did not forget about fast results. I just was not in the office today. I was on off site, so my business card was at the office, but I have not forgotten about you. We will get you connected, because what the uniqueness is that that franchise was a couple as well, and they're in Cobb County, and I want to get you all sharing. Thank you so much for piping up. All right, who's next? Oh, Jerome. Jerome, you ready?
Sure, I'll go next.
All right, here we go. Wait, let me get my stop clock, because you'll be trying to go over a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Hello, my name is Jerome Dent. I'm the owner of Warm Retreats LLC. Our business specializes in midterm rentals, as well as assisting real travel nurses and anyone working in a short-term frame and looking to come into the city for a short time period. We're also going to also cater those that are looking to relocate to Atlanta metro area. So that's the service we'll be providing, as well as short-term rentals. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Jerome, that was real quick. I think that was record. That wasn't but 30 seconds. But you know what? I did learn about what you're doing. So that's great. How long have you been in business?
I've had this business for a little over a year.
Awesome. Listen, you are a third of the way there. Who knows that most businesses, when the traditional folks are giving capital, it's about 3 years. So listen, is this in your second year, Jerome? Are you closing in that first year? Like, is this the second year of your business?
Closing in the first year, but I opened the business last year, but I've been for the past year getting my rental property ready. So it's been open officially, but haven't officially opened for business.
Okay, well, listen, you already got about 10 prospects, because listen, everybody in the room who may need your services, back to the Hewitts, Shalana, this is your first target group, people who get to know you. That's why we're having this, because it's going to expose your business. Now, with regards to rentals, guess what? We just had, and I'm not sure if Cassandra told you, we had a young lady who has properties, and she is doing like an Airbnb. But the uniqueness is that she has the car in addition to the property. So I'm just excited about you learning how to lean in now that the property is getting ready, so you can leverage it and be able to get the return on investment that you deserve. So great job. 30 seconds.
Thank you.
Got that. Okay. You're welcome. Miss Patricia, you are in the room. Guess what? I was looking for you earlier. How are you? Welcome.
I'm great. Thank you. Hello.
I am so happy. Let me tell y'all, we go all the way up back to earlier today. That's when I met Patricia. I am so happy you you have made it into the room.
I did.
We were talking about you earlier, and the reason why we were talking about you is because I was talking about people paying for business plans, and how at Greater Wealth Works, we're going to help you build your own, so you'll know it like the back of your hand. So let me apologize for the late give the email link to you. I did not have your information from our executive director, but listen, now you're in the room, you are here.
Yes.
Give me 60 seconds. Yes. Of your business. Did you hear there? Wait, let me get my timer.
Yes. I came in when the couple was talking about it's like a food or something.
Charcuterie boards. Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm familiar with that. I love that, because when I was in dentistry, remember I was saying how I was in the healthcare field, and I ordered one for one of my doctors, and I'm like, what is this? She was like, order this right here. And I'm like, what is it? And it was delicious. That was my first time in all my life seeing something like that. So yeah, that is good. That's gonna be, they're gonna make some good money with that.
Yeah, she's already claimed it for you.
Yes. A lot of people love those things. What they call it? Charcuterie. Yes, board. Yeah, and like I say, it's really good. Yeah, so congratulations on all y'all, everybody.
Thank you.
So my business is new. My fiance and we just started a trucking logistics. It's actually a logistics business. And so we're gonna be catering in the box truck lanes. Yeah.
All right. That was
So
15 seconds. Okay. Anything else you want to say? You got about 40 seconds to go. Is that it?
yeah, I'm just glad to be here so that I can get, the business, get it structured correctly and learn and grow and get the funding that I need, get the resources that I need. Just be in the room with people, like-minded people like myself, supporting one another, not jealousy, no hate. I mean, we need that energy so we can grow. Because all other cultures do it. They growing and they do it every day, but it's us versus us. So yeah.
Okay. Now you're preaching, Miss Wesley. Thank you so Thank you so much. Like, wait a minute. No, I'm so excited. I'm so happy you're here. Listen, can I tell y'all how we met? My phone rings today earlier, and I answer all my phone calls, and guess who it is? It's Patricia Wesley. And someone referred her to me, and we got to talking about her business, and I couldn't help but tell her about you all and how it's going to be hanging out with you all for the next 6 weeks. And she jumped right into connecting with us and being a part of this. So congratulations, Patricia, for doing this for you.
Yes, absolutely. I needed to be here. So God, it was divine.
Awesome. Well, we are here with you for it. You're not alone. You got look at everybody in the room. Okay.
I see all these beautiful faces. I'm excited to see everybody, and I'm excited to learn and grow and meet people.
Awesome. This is your first. Remember, I tell you your tribe is right here.
Yeah.
This is where it starts. This is where it begins, right here in a safe space. So congratulations on being here.
Thank you.
All right. You are most welcome. Okay, who wants to go next? Alicia, Miss Laniva, what are we doing? Who is it? Where is it?
I'll go
I can go.
next. I'll go ahead.
Okay, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna mute out Miss. And then, all right, you ready, Laniva? I'm gonna put you on only because I pinned you first. Let's go.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Laniva Morgan, and I'm the president and CEO of True Story Communication Consulting, LLC. So I recently retired from a career in corporate America where I was a communication professional. And so that meant anything from proofreading to editing to writing stories. And so before that, I worked as a newspaper reporter for years. So I bring that experience of writing that I want to bring it to, and I've been partnering with small businesses to help them tell their stories. So when people want to know what True Story is about, we're storytellers. I've already been inspired by hearing some of your stories today, and I'm already in my mind thinking about how can I help you tell your story, whether it's in social, whether it's on print. I'm your girl to help you tell your best story and to make that translate into funds and resources for your business. So I look forward to partnering with you, learning from you. Again, I'm Laniva Morgan with True Story Communication Consulting, LLC.
Laniva, girl, you've been practicing. Tell the truth.
To be a storyteller, I get nervous telling my own story.
Listen, I am great job. And we're going to take it, what you said, to the next level. And let me tell you something, Laniva. I'm getting chill bumps. So it's all about the story. Those of y'all who don't know me and my background, we're going to get to know each other. It's not about me in this class, but just over time, what I found that when I win grants, and I've won several because I work with nonprofits a lot. And when I speak, I tell stories and people are like, oh my gosh, that was so good. And I'm like, and it doesn't hurt, my confidence comes through. I love a good audience now, and I love a good story, and I put them together and boom. And so for you to have that as a business, I am stoked over here. You have got to lean more in with Greater Wealth Work so we can leverage you to when we have these courses to talk about that. Because I went to a conference. Oh my gosh, who was putting it on? Was it Latin American Association? Somebody. It may have been the chamber. And it was the whole theme was storytelling.
Yeah.
So I took workshops. I had to get up and everything was a story. Like where's my fan? I mean, it was a story about the fan. It was a story about, I got all kind of stuff in my desk here, but I'm excited because that's going to help everybody in the room.
Well, and that's what I want to do. And when I was in corporate, I was always that person behind the executive, writing the speeches, the talking points, So I'm like, okay, when I had the opportunity to retire, there's some organizational changes happening. I said, well, you know what? 20 years in, I'm ready to go out. But there's so much I need to learn about taking these skills and making it a business. So that's why I'm here to learn. But I tell you, everybody's leaning on AI, and I'm learning AI along with you. But you cannot forget the human touch. And so that's the role that I would play, to make sure you have that human touch, tell your story, your unique story that nobody else has. So that's why I'm looking forward to having this business. So thank you for this time.
I am so excited. Again, just feedback from the coach. Listen, you have that bookend approach. You leaned in, you told me who you were twice, which was great. And in the middle, we're just going to expand a little bit and make it even sharper. But congratulations on this leap and thinking about doing that. And everyone in the class, I'm telling you, you're in here for a reason. We're going to all learn from each other, Leneva. Thank you so much for leaning in. Good job. Good job. All right. Where are we? Alicia, you ready? Let's go. Let me pin you. Okay, let's go. Let me see now. You're going to do 60 seconds. You ready? Let me reset my stopwatch. Go.
Okay. Hi, my name's Alicia. My background is in nursing. I'm a registered nurse. My business is called Harmony House. It's a group home for veterans to combat homelessness. I've been in home health for about 3 years, and there's a big issue when it comes to mental health, veterans, and homelessness. So my business idea is to connect with the VA and other outreach posts in Cobb County to combat homelessness.
Oh my goodness. 41 seconds. Alicia, awesome. Awesome. Do you know that the business that you're in, healthcare, is, don't let me lie. I'm not going to give you any statistics. You're going to get it. I'm talking about, it's a gazillion dollar business because people are living longer. Am I telling you what you already know? And people are using healthcare. Yes. My daughter is in college for healthcare. And let me tell you something. When I was at the bank, I was at SunTrust about 10, 11 years ago, and we went to a conference over at Gonzetta Emory School of Business. And there was an economics professor. That's why I went, because that's where I got my degree in economics. But let me tell you, so I was excited because, that was what I love. He talked about the healthcare industry. Here we are 10 years later, and everything that man projected around the jobs, the resources, the need, the solving the problem is in that business. So congratulations for leaning in there. They're getting older. My grandmother, she's in her 106th year. So she right in Atlanta, born and raised, but not only me, but so many other caregivers out there are going to need what you have. So you're going to be booked and busy if you're not already. How are you going to do that? You're still working full time?
Yeah, I'm still working full time, but it's like a kind of hybrid. So I go to people's houses, I see them, I come home, I chart and do work like that. So I meet a lot of people, and a lot of the people who I meet at their homes, they're not really capable of living by themselves. And a lot of them are veterans.
Gotcha. And back to that veterans piece, we had a client who was she was a veteran herself, and her business is to help people navigate through the veteran paperwork. So her business was created so she can help them navigate the resources. So she says she's been giving it away for years. Everybody take the pledge. Everybody hold their hand up. Stop giving stuff away. Right? Thank you. Anybody? Jerome, Leneva, the Hewitts, Patricia, do not give anything else away. It's not free. Your value is what is so important. So to your point, helping these veterans is good, but there are other resources to help them, and you are focused on that, and that's a target market. So you already pulling out my card here around where we're going, right? We're going to be talking that language and lingo because the target market, the jobs to be done, the solving of the problems, all that's the lingo around entrepreneurship. Congratulations, Alicia. Did a great job. We're going to expand upon it. You're going to be even more confident so you can get in there quickly because you never know who you're in the room. I went to an event and it was for business owners. And the lady comes up and says, guess what, y'all? We got like $3,000 that we're going to go ahead and give out. We need 5 contestants. We're going to give everybody $1,000, but you got to pitch and you're going to be judged. You got to stay ready. They didn't give them 60 seconds. They gave them 3 minutes, but you got to be ready so you can get in there and share who you are, what you do, what problem you're solving, get out of there and make sure they remember who you are. Great job. Thank you, Alicia. All right, who's up next? Let me make sure I got everybody. Miss A, you look ready. Are you ready? Look ready.
Yes, I am.
All right, now 60 seconds. Don't go over because nobody else did except for me. Maybe, I'm not sure. I didn't time myself. What is your business? Let's go.
Hey, my name is Ajo Agbosumonde, and people come to me when they're stressed out about getting the interpreter for the next meeting, whether it's court, deposition, healthcare, and I help them through language access, and so they can relax and do what they do best, because language access can give access to justice, healthcare, and valuable resources. Again, my name is Ajo Agbosumonde, founder and owner of Le Pont Translations, your language services with the human touch.
Miss A, you have been practicing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Listen, practice makes progress. You did an excellent job. 37 seconds. I love your delivery.
Thank you.
You made me pause because most of the time I'm like, oh my God, I gotta do this, gotta do that. High energy people need to calm down. But the way you presented yourself, and I wish I would have got you on tape. I got so excited and then I just got captivated and I didn't get any video, but everything's recorded, so it's fine. Great job getting in there and getting out of there. Let me tell you something. A year ago, we hosted 20 women from different countries. Guess what their primary language was?
French.
So they are on an exchange program. They came over and somebody found out about Greater Wealth Works. I'm sure Rachel Davis, our executive director, had everything to do with this. And we had to wear these things over our heads and ears so that it could be translated by the translator in the room. So I would be talking like this and the lady would be talking inside, translating this, and everybody, it was the equalizer because they could not have understood me had they not had the translation. So let me tell you,
that's what I do.
It's making you made it make sense. People, we are a melting pot, especially here in Georgia. And that was just one little, I guess, insight. And I met somebody from the first time from Togo, and there were people from Zimbabwe. I mean, we had all different countries coming here to learn about entrepreneurship. But what helped us, what did you call it? Access. Give me that.
Access to language.
Access to language. They had access because we had an interpreter.
Yeah. So we can do the live interpretation as you deliver this workshop, and I'll be on the back end. I had the honor of interpreting for former President Jimmy Carter, Dr. Bernice King.
What?
And I do a lot of federal courts.
Awesome. So I am excited because what we're going to do is great 60 seconds. Now we're going to get you to the point where you have a strong business plan to pitch it. So when you get that big contract with whoever that is going to open up this access to the world, you will have the blueprint. You don't have to go and figure out where to get it. You're going to have it because you built it in this class. Congratulations. Thank you for being here. And thank you for coming to our Financial Fitness Fridays. Having you in the room has been great.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
You're most welcome. All right. Who else do we have? Let's see. Did everybody go? Alicia, Patricia. Okay. Now, Javen, I know you're in the room. Did you want to try it? Give it a thumbs up. I know you're listening in. but you can certainly tell about your ideas about your business. If you, I don't want to put you on the spot, but you got to talk back with me. I'm going to be having interns / apprentices come and listen in throughout the entire experience. So they act like they're shy, but if you ask them to text you something, it'll be, you know, even faster. But I just want to make sure if you want it to go. All right. Well, I'll identify them. Javen Buford is one of our apprentices, and I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 interns. They don't all come at once, but they will be observing the class. Great job on doing this. Let me tell you, you might not pitch for 60 seconds, but if you don't have that 60-second spiel, you might miss out on the opportunity. So you all did a great job. I hope you learned about the business owners and the diversity of owners that we have in the room. You can lean in and you're going to learn even more before this is over with, because you guys are going to be in here together and I'm going to be right there with you. All right, let's keep it moving, right? We are, guess what? Y'all, we're like halfway there. We're at halftime. It's 6:55. The time goes by so fast. I will tell you, in terms of the class, my intent is to get you out before 8 so you can have time to do your homework. When I was taking the class, I would attend the class, and then when I got off the phone, because I was like trying to make sure I didn't miss anything, put my stuff together, review stuff I didn't have, I would always finish everything that evening. Now, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your bousepreneur life. I'm just saying it makes it easier when you go ahead, get that block of time out, and then execute. So my goal is to get you out before 8. All right. And then those who need to stay on and ask questions, I typically hang on to make sure you have what you need. Okay, let's talk about this toolbox. Let me tell you something. I'm all about the tools and resources, okay? And we're going to go through this. We're going to talk about your mission and values. We're going to talk about the value chain, the 6 fingers. That's a strategy, by the way, that Coach Stephen put into place. Organizations, the fact that you are, you're going to lead the industry, and these strategies are going to come out. This is not about memorization in this class. This is about activation. Everything that we touch upon, and I'm going to challenge you, because every good coach will do that. I'll push back on some things. I tried to be, a little lenient tonight, but as we mature together, you too will be able to lean into these the toolboxes that we're going to share. So again, it's not about memorization, me reading to you. It's about activation. Okay. So let's talk about the toolboxes. Oh, this is my first. I'm going to call it a let me call it I want to say colloquialism, but it really is one of the definers of who you are. You are your duty or your responsibility is to find what that passion is. Many of you didn't see yourself. I was looking at you. When you describe your business, you smile, you emoted that passion. Your tags, talent, ability, gifts, and skills. We're going to talk about tags a lot because, and I'm going to pick on you, Miss Patricia, because you mentioned how you have decided you went back to this business. You didn't mention that. And I know you only had 60 seconds, but you in 2021 kind of kicked off the business, but you didn't really work it. Now you're revisiting that. That must mean that you have a gift, skill, or some type of ability and a talent to do what it is that you're trying to do. Did y'all hear Laniva, Miss Morgan? She put it out there, and it was just like captivating, right? Miss A, Jerome, all of you all did that. But at the end of the day, right? If you are going to focus on your business, you got to quiet the noise. Okay? You got the talent, the ability, gifts, and skills, your joy. That's a part of why you decided to do this in the first place. Why you're here is to quiet the noise so you can focus on it. That's why we got this 2-hour stint together. And I'm going to be coming in a little early. That means you have to come in early because I come in on 2 wheels too. But I'm going to get in there in case you have questions. I will be giving you feedback on your homework. You're not just turning it in. It's not about the grade. It's about the feedback. So as you matriculate along this journey, ignore the distractions. Focus on your business. I don't know that I would ever take 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Wednesday, and focus on my business had I not had this course. Because I'm booked and busy. I got clients like you. Y'all have needs. I have goals. I have deadlines. But because Cassandra took the time out, she now can pitch just like this spontaneously because she spent that time working 4 hours a week, 6 weeks, yes, putting up with me, but mostly coach, to really lean into her business with some great questions. And you too will be able to do that. So I'm just saying, ignore the distractions while you're on the phone. Lean in, get everything you need so that you can execute, right? Which is why you're here. All right, let's keep it moving. All right. Here's what you already know. I'm getting into the meat of this conversation, right? You are already familiar with core values, right? They are your core values are part of your DNA. Now, you might be saying, I wonder how they did with my 60-second spiel. Here, it's not about memorization, it's about activation. So guess what? When you are communicating your business plan, who you are, the problem you're trying to solve, integrate the core values. Let me tell you, I looked at I think it was about 6 pitches last week they gave out $10,000-$20,000 grants. Okay, period. So I leaned in, and a lot of the people that I heard didn't share their core values. You are going to identify them, right? You may not share them or pitch them, but you need to know them. And it doesn't need to be a sentence. Boom. Who are you, right? What are your values? Is it integrity? It might be honesty, trust, empathy. I'm not sure, but you as a business owner should be able to communicate them. Now, I've been in this space of entrepreneurship for a few years, but more than that, my background is in financial services. So upwards of 2 decades, I was working in that business. And it's not just on here for you to see, but integrity was so key. I would have the challenge of working with employees, and that was not their value. So guess what? There was a lot of internal theft, but there was one thing that my temperature or my tolerance was very much low, like my fingernail here, because my core value was integrity. So what are yours? And you might say, oh, I'm not sure. I don't have but one. I want you, part of your homework is to make sure that you call them out. Think about it. Don't just say, oh, it's vigilance, excuse me. It's integrity because I have it up here. Think about your business and who you are. And we'll talk more about this. Let me tell you something. Who on here? Let me go into who's heard of the business canvas? Be honest. Just put a thumbs up or, something in the chat. Anybody on here heard of the business canvas? Making their way to Jamaica. Anybody? All right, Miss A. Anybody else? I feel like somebody talking. I can't see because there's so many people in the room. Oh, Alicia, you have? Oh no. Okay, I saw something on your screen. Okay. So just about one person, other people. I'm just trying to check. This is a safe. Let me tell you something about the space. This is a safe space. You don't have to think that, Coach Jay, whatever, Jamise, Miss Buford. What I'm going to do here for you is to educate you, expose you, and hold you accountable. Now, let me tell you, I'm an accountable queen now. So if you say you're going to do something and you're focused on something, I'm going to hold you accountable. So this is a safe space. I had not heard of the business canvas either until, and I was trying to find my book that I was exposed to, until I was in an innovations program at Protective Insurance, which is where I was before I came here. And I went through an innovations course. And that's code for entrepreneurial thinking in a corporate space. And I got introduced to the business canvas. Okay. This canvas is the blueprint, the foundation for any idea. Okay. Not just your business idea, any idea. So don't ask me how I got selected. I was so excited. I went through the innovations program. It was a 6-month program, a lot of work. And we read these books. One of them was Jobs to Be Done. One of them was Thinking Backwards. I don't know if you all heard of that one. If you all are readers or want some nuggets, I'm telling you, those are great books. Working Backwards was created by 2 executives who used to work at Amazon, and they give all the insights of how efficient they run their business. Anyway, all of those books had in common this business canvas. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down the canvas, and you're going to be thoughtful about what the elements are. Okay. Now I know you can't see that Well, maybe you can. Maybe my eyes are bad. But I'm going to call them out. When I say see that, I'm talking about on the canvas. It kind of looks like it's all put together with the different shapes. But think of it as your DNA, okay, of your business. So you got to understand the customer, right? You got to know what the problem is to be solved. If you are not solving a business, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to be in business. Let me say that one more time. If you are not solving a problem, you do not need to be in business. So here's the thing, okay? You got to identify what that problem is. Not right now, but you need to call it out on the business canvas. And if you've not done this before, or maybe you have a business plan, it's time for you to do it and refine it, because this is the blueprint. You may not go and pitch, or you may not communicate these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or so elements to someone in the room. But let me tell you, the investors are going to want to know all these elements. So, Miss Leneva, the business feasibility canvas tells a story, right? You pulled our card here. That is your business, right? So the DNA should tell you. When you get your blood taken, like I did a few months ago, because they've done it before and after to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's going to tell the story. You can't get ready for the blood test the day before. It's going to tell everything about who you are. And it's back to telling the story. The canvas is going to give you the opportunity to really sit down. I'm going to pick on my daughter, Javen, and then also these, are they millennials? Are they the ones that's 20? Help me out. I want to call them. What are they? Gen Z? What are they, Miss Alicia?
Gen Z.
Okay,
Gen
thank
Z.
you. Thank you. I knew somebody would help me.
I'm a millennial.
Oh, okay. We're going to get on you
Born
in a
in
minute.
89. Millennials are like 89 and yeah.
Okay, sorry. See, y'all help coach. Don't let me get in this room. Gen Z, let me tell you what they do. They don't tell stories, they text, right? But they got to communicate. So my daughter's thinking about starting a business. Samaya, who is one of my interns, all my interns have a business, or I call a side hustle. But I promise you, they don't have a feasibility canvas because they're not thought about it. They're just in the business. They're just working and hustling. But this piece, thank you, Alicia, for helping me out. The millennials, let me tell you, they got the canvas. They just haven't organized it yet, because they're, I would say, the best thinkers around, because they've seen a lot, but they're now in the point where they're like their own bosses. And most of them are bosses in the millennial group. So you are going to, for homework, you're going to be looking at, and I like to say client, because to me, a client is different from a customer, but we're not going to get into that. But client, customer, tomato, the problem you are trying to solve, the solution, and the revenue. All right. And when I say the revenue, I'm talking about the revenue projection that you have for your business. That's very important. So you got to put your thinking caps on. You might be like, oh, that's easy. I can answer these 4 questions. Go right ahead. But when I ask you, how did you come up? This is a question at the pitch contest. How did you come up with revenue projections of 20% or more each year? You got to think about that, right? You can't just put a number out there, especially not to a former banker. I want to know, because we got to make sure the math is mathing, right? So you don't have to do competition advantage, message. I have some aggressive people, they finish it all in one night, but we're going to start with the first 4, the CPSR of it. All right. And when you do this, this is the beginning of formalizing the foundation of your business. Okay. DNA, feasibility canvas. Any questions on the canvas? Miss A, you had mentioned you were familiar with it. Anything else you've learned or you might add to this conversation around the business canvas?
I had a SCORE mentor that introduced me to the canvas. So I have done a canvas. It's old, like you said, so I need to update it.
Oh yes, you got. If it's more than 3 years old, Mrs. A, you got to get in it and update it, because that would. I'm trying to think of what the millennials would say. Irrelevant or vintage. Anyway, either way, most of it old, right? And so you got to refresh it. But let me tell you, it's easy to do because you already know the DNA. All you got to do is make sure you do the litmus test. Is this relevant? It's 2025. Hello, everybody in the room. It's 2025, the year of unpredictability, period. Right? So you got to look back at that, Miss A, pull it off. I would challenge you not to even look at it, do it again and see if it's the same thing. Are your customers the same? Now, I just shared with you about the exchange program and those 20 women from 10 different countries coming in. The language was French, right? How are where is that your customer? Is somebody from the consulate? So let's get in and lean in more so we can understand. And then, are you telling a story? Does it tell the story? So that's great feedback. I'm glad the SCORE is doing that. SCORE is one of the coaching resources that the Small Business Administration provides for business owners. The difference is you have a one-on-one coach. Most of them are retired business owners, and a lot of them are former franchise owners. Did I get it right? Okay, awesome. All right. Any questions or anything anybody want to add before we move on from the business canvas? We good? Okay. Remember, we're trying to, get it. Oh my goodness.
I had a quick question, Janice. Will
Yes.
you be sending out these slides at the end of the class?
Yes. Thank you for calling that out, Jerome. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to go, and a lot of people, like my first night, I took pictures the whole time. Like I was so taking pictures. The good news is that you're going to get a copy of this presentation and you're going to get the recording. Now, let me tell you why the recording is important, because there's a lot of nuggets we're dropping. And if you want to go back and play it, you'll already have it. So absolutely. And I try to send it out the same night. With one eye open. I'm like, when is the recording coming? Because, I want to get it out before the next day, because a lot of bosses are busy. So I want to make sure you have it before the next class. But that's a great question, Jerome.
So, Jamise, I have a question about the revenue. I don't even know where to begin on trying to make that math. So
put some projections, and as you do the research, that's what's going to validate the numbers. So you're going to have to, you and your husband, strategize. Okay, say, okay, the average charcuterie board is X amount. And if we look at having 10 professional businesses here in Cobb because we're new in the first 6 months, do the math. Here's what I project. But until you do the research, you're not going to know. And it's okay. You don't have to do the research tonight or tomorrow night. Just make some projections. And as we get into the research, you'll validate your numbers. I promise.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other questions? I can't see everybody. I only see a few people. So don't let me miss you. Okay, let's go. All right. So listen, this notion of problems, right? That's a big word in the entrepreneurial space, because again, if you're not solving a problem, why are you in business? Okay. My daughter has a bright idea. She wants to have a physical therapy. Perhaps she wants to become a physical therapist, and then she wants to work on dancers and athletes. Okay. What problem are you solving? What you doing? Well, they have injuries. Do they? Right. So if you're solving how are you solving? Are you going to go to them? The thoughtfulness of it all is important, right? And this is back to you, Ms. Hewitt, about the revenue. It's going to pay for what, or who's willing to pay for it, right? What does it require? Who wants your service? What needs? What desires? So these are the things, and it's cool that you and your husband are working together. That way, y'all can bounce it off of each other, right? Because you're thinking about what could be, and who are your customers. Here's what I didn't know. When I just thought, because I was going to be an online business, and I figured I just put it out there, and whoever gets it, then, that's opportunity for me. It's on Instagram. It's on the website. No, my friends. You got to be thinking about the problem and the target client that you're potentially going to have. So as you go through the business canvas, be thinking about who needs your service. Why are you providing it? And it might be quick. You might say, oh, I know this, boom, boom, boom. But then when I ask you a question on Wednesday, you're not really sure. And I say, well, how do you know that your clients are business owners? How do you know that your clients for your trucking company need you? What have you done? You might say, well, I haven't done. I'm not sure. That's when the research comes in. Okay. So this is just to get you going so that you can get the DNA, the documentation, the foundation so you can begin to execute on the business. Because here's the thing, it was a beautiful thing to watch. And it was 3 people I coached for the contest, right? Or the pitch contest. Every one of them pulled from their DNA. They didn't realize it, but when they began to talk about their target client, the problem they were going to solve, their marketing strategy, their jobs to be done, their projections of their business, why they needed the money, it goes back to the canvas. That's why Miss A, your score coach, said you got to have this, because this is the DNA, right? This is the DNA. All right, Miss Leneva, can I turn this over to you? This is right up your alley. You pulled my card when you talked about your business. Now I can just switch it over to you. Wow. This is what you're going to be doing to get prepared for your pitch, to get prepared for your business plan. You're going to be telling a story. You're going to be pulling from your foundation, your feasibility business canvas, and you are going to put it into practice. There was one student that was on, he was on in the fall, and he was like, I know the business, but I'm not good at telling the business. Well, guess what? Get ready, because you're going to miss out. If you're not a storyteller, or if you are not sharing about who you do, who you are, and what you do and why you do it, you're going to miss money. You're going to miss opportunity. So he had to come out of that, because you got to tell the story, and no one can tell the story better than you. And Leneva's going to help us, right? Because she's in our cohort, and she's going to help us because she's solving the problem. Because guess what? People don't tell good. They don't know how to tell their story. They know the business, but they can't pitch it. They don't have a business plan. If you're looking to get expand your business, Jerome, you're getting the business ready. When I go on, and not to align it with an Airbnb, when I'm getting a property or when I'm trying to go, I'm reading everything, right? There's even an intro that says what this is going to do for me. And I read all the comments, right? But this social and cultural activity is getting even more elevated, because we're back in business. We are not separated or segregated like we were during COVID. Everybody's out connecting. So we are going to focus on that. Okay. We are going to have conversation about telling the story, right? Because it's important. And let me go back to telling the story, because we have an expert in the room. Leneva, anything you would add? Again, I don't read slides, but I talk from them to synthesize the information. Anything would you add to the art of storytelling?
No, it looks really good. I just think I'm looking for audience, because anytime you're telling a story, you always want to make sure you know your audience and speak to them where they are. You mentioned about the millennials and the Gen X's. I mean, each audience is going to be a different type of delivery. And so certain processes are going to resonate more. But I love this. I love what you have here already.
Well, thank you.
The theatrics.
Yeah. Listen, you got to exactly. You got to be ready. Let me tell you, I love a good spontaneous situation. It's like,
yeah.
I didn't pitch my business that day, but I was like, let's go, because it's like a shot in the arm. You got one chance, 60 seconds to make a difference. It just helps. It entertains, it educates. So I love how you brought in the audience, because that's always when I'm asked to speak a lot, just like based on the ministry of the church. So sometimes I ask to speak in different places. Will you speak my Women's Day? Can you preach here? And I'm like, I have to find out who's going to be in the room, right? I had an opportunity to meet I was going to say representative, but I meant Administrator Kelly Leffler. She came in town about a month ago with the whole road show about Made in America, and I got invited. I was happy to go. I just want to know who's going to be in the room. So I asked. It was Representative, a few representatives, Freudian slips, but also we had Administrator Kelly Leffler, her chief of staff, people from SCORE, people from the federal government in the Capitol. So, and I just wanted to know so I could prepare. If I was able to, I have my own spiel, but if I know who's in the room, it makes my story even more relevant because I know who my audience is. It's not business owners. Nobody in that room was a business owner except for me. I mean, they may have been, but I mean, primarily they were people resource partners, right? And that's important to know if you get the opportunity. Sometimes you don't get the opportunity to know who's in the room, but I love how you added that to that because I think that's a missing piece. Thank you for that. All right. Who are the customers? What is the problem? What is the solution? Let me tell you this. I'm going to say this. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. You got to identify who the customer / client is, right? And you're going to do that. We won't harp on it, but I did this to bring it out to remind me how important it is, okay? Again, you should not be in business if you are not solving a problem, okay? Just helping you out here. All right, your canvas, your story, right? What does it tell? Your research. Remember I talked about research, Ms. Hewitt? We're not researching this week now. Listen, don't do too much like I did. When I first took this class, I was like, oh my God, I am so overwhelmed because I'm a type A person, just so y'all know, and I was trying to do too much. What I'm saying is you don't have to do the research right now. Now, if you have some access to doing, Miss A, about your business, Miss Patricia, or you too, Alicia, you know a lot about your business. Bring it in. Bring in that institutional knowledge, right? What you know about your industry. If you know some institutional knowledge, put it in the story. But when we get to the research, and we will get to the research, do it then, because it could be overwhelming, right? And we don't want your homework should not take you more than an hour. It should be about a little 30-minute block where you can judge it, look at it, send it in, let me review it, and you're on your way. Don't get inundated like I did. But I do want you to know the research might be a little different from what you project, okay? All right, let's keep it moving. Now, here is what the takeaways are. I'm getting to the finish line, okay? I told you I want you all to be, this is not about getting out early. It's about giving you the time back, synthesizing all the data, right? And being able for you to tell me, because here's the thing. Who was it that said, what happens after you take the class? I think it was you, Patricia. You, Miss Wesley, you were like, well, what happens after we go through these 6 weeks, 12 sessions, and we on our way? Greater Wealth Works is still here for you, right? We have a litany of opportunities to engage. This is just the beginning for some of you. Some of you have already been engaged, but this is just the beginning. So you kick it off in this class, you go through, get confident, do the research, pitch. We'll have all these. I'm so excited about my special guests. I'm really want to wow you, okay? And Jerome, if I don't, just tell me, Jamise, that was just regular, and I'll be good because I know you'll tell me the truth. But seriously, I want to make sure you know this is a journey, not a sprint. So as we spend this time together and you matriculate, Greater Wealth Works is going to continue to add value along your way. But tonight, right? Thinking about your business, that's going to require some strategic thinking. That's why I like the dynamic duo with the Hewitts, because they can bounce it off. But even if you don't have someone that you can bounce, I'm here for you. Just send it in. We can talk via email. My goal is to give you your feedback because it's a gift. The toolbox, again, you don't have to memorize it, right? It's more about activation, right? And then understand research going to make a difference. That's Miss Hewitt. You were like, I guess, laying me up for what I was going to say anyway. What are those behaviors, drivers, problems to be solved? Monetization. Remember, tonight, everybody should have taken the pledge. I will not give it away. And that's me too. I give everything away. I'm just a giver. I got to work on that. I have to work on that. So make sure that you are working on that and you know your business canvas, because it's going to tell your story. And I'm not just doing this because we got a business in here of storytelling. I'm doing this because this is what's going to help your business thrive. Okay. So guess what? This is a cohort. I am a coach and I am an accountability expert. So you're going to have some homework. Now, listen, it's just a part of the course. So with that, you're going to have to launch your business canvas. Okay, it's inevitable. You're here. Congratulations. You're a business owner. Okay, bosspreneur. What else they call? Let's see. You're free. You are free. You have everything you need. Right. You got to launch a business canvas. It's no doubt about it. Okay. And if you go to any entrepreneur course and they don't talk about the business canvas, you should give them one of these. This is an emoji. Do y'all see it? You gotta be saying, let me see if I can do that. What? This is the foundation. This is a DNA. So get it started. You will get a template in your email to use. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's just me. If you just want to type it up on a form or just email me back with all the parts, good luck with that. But I'm just saying, because I got it all there for you. All you got to do is fill it out. Now, if you want to be type A like me and that first night, fill it all out, go for it. But that first night, I thought I was doing good. The second week, I was like, oh my gosh. So slow wins the race. Steady wins the race. Just do that. Who are your customers? What problem or solution? Put the revenue down. Projection on the revenue. And then I do have a business self-survey. You do not have to complete it, but those of you all who are new in business, like some of our interns are considering businesses, they need to complete it. Now, you don't have to because the survey is coming to me, but it's just a testament. It's going to ask you some thought-provoking questions to confirm that you are the boss. In other words, it's a qualifier around a business assessment around being a small business owner, right? If you're not looking to be in control, then, might want to work for somebody, and that's okay. Don't quit your good job until you can, right? And when you do, and you put some goals in it, like Miss Genesis, who put a date on it, left her job, and now she's in year 2. And guess what? She made her biggest revenue this year. Now, I would like to take credit for that, but I can't because she met us in her first year, right? But since the fall, she's been engaged with Greater Wealth Works. And if you want to learn more about her, she's on Girl You Got This, which is our podcast. But she talks about how she is in the right business because she's assessed herself. She wanted freedom. She wanted to use her talents, gifts, abilities. She launched her business canvas, right? She got pitch ready. She knows what she's doing. She got more clients, right? And I have all these stories about entrepreneurs because I talk to them and deal with them all day. But Monday, tonight, here's your homework. Get it done, spend time on it, and be done with it. Don't do like me, get overwhelmed and do too much, and then forget the value of why we're even doing this. And this is to try to help you be your best self. Work on your business, right? Because you work in it all the time. All right, let's go. Let's see. Any questions? Oops, she's not on tonight, but that is our executive director. Any questions on anything we discuss? This is the first night of the journey, okay? It gets even more intense than tonight. Getting to know each other, knowing each other's business, introducing this notion of our business canvas, our journey that we're on. All of this is a part of it. And if you go back to the email I sent you that says welcome, it will tell you the first night is in this first 2, I would say the first 2 nights, the first week is identifying, right? Your talents, abilities, gifts, and skill sets, or at least understanding what they are and looking at that business canvas. Now, we're not got into the 6 fingers articulation and the business objectives. We're going to get into it a little bit more on Wednesday, but tonight was when we take the rocket and we take off. And then we talk about what's expected along the way. And that is for you to be engaged during this short time that you give to your business, only 2 hours a night now, but 2 nights, so that you can be better, articulate who you are and what you do and the problem you're trying to solve, but not only for the audience, but also for you. So you're the one that could tell your business better than anybody else. So I'm going to stop because I've been talking the last 30 minutes, really, with a little interaction, and find out, are there any questions before we wrap? Now, we are getting out early, okay? But I'm going to stay on to see. Y'all might have different questions. Some of you are in the Cobb County. Let me tell you something. Listen, I'm from Atlanta. I live in Fayette, but let me tell you, if you're in Cobb County, you have opportunity as a business owner. You know why? Because there's funding. I'm just keeping it 100. And when I mean funding, they're funding for businesses. So if you're in Cobb County and you complete this class and get your certificate, you can be viable and an applicant for the Economic Business Development Grant. If you've not got on the platform, regardless of what county, for the digital skills ready, shame on you. They're giving out 10,000 grants, $10,000 grants. Why haven't you leaned into that? I'm not sure. But if it's under my watch in terms of, I'm going to expose you to everything, whether you take action, that's on you. But whatever grant, whatever opportunity, whatever expert, we're going to bring them as a part of this course. So time out, Jamise, because I get excited and start talking, especially when it comes to entrepreneurs. What questions do we have? Let me take myself off of this because I don't know. Let me see. Unpin so we can be in the gallery. Here we go. What do we have? Anybody?
Not that I don't care. I know
Go ahead, Miss A.
I am in DeKalb County.
Okay.
So I was going to ask if you know they have any funding opportunity. I know about the Verizon one.
Okay, good. That's because you've been staying close. Or did you find out for somebody else about the Verizon? Who'd you find out about Verizon with?
It's on here.
Good. So I did give you that. So let me tell you about DeKalb County. I do have some connections there. I will tell you at this time, I am not aware of any grants that they have from their economic development office, but you've given me great motivation because I do have the contacts over there and I will ask them. I will say this is a very unpredictable time, 2025, the year of executive orders. I'm not really sure, but I can certainly find out because you're my audience, right? Last time I had like 90% people that were in Cobb County, but I'll find out about DeKalb and I will report back. Now hold me accountable, Ms. A, because I know how to hold people accountable. But what about the person that I want you to help be accountable? And that was me. I was looking for a pen, but I will put it in the chat box. Or could you put it in the chat box for me? The DeKalb County Economic Development Office, so that I can have it transcribed and put it on my task. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
But I'm not aware of any right now, but I will find out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What other questions do you have? Or insights or feedback? Okay, go ahead, Jim.
Hey, this may be a crazy question, but so I live in Cobb County, but my place of business is in DeKalb County. So would I have to do business with DeKalb County to get those grants?
Your business would have to be in Cobb.
Okay.
Yep. It'd have to be in Cobb. Here's the good news here, though. Now you're making me even more inclined to reach out because I have more than one person that's in DeKalb. I will tell you, DeKalb is, look, they have new leadership. They're trying to, it was on her platform, Miss Lorraine Cochran. I want to call her Madam Cochran because she's like over the county CEO. So I know she has an entrepreneurial mindset and I know she has some resources. I just have not leaned into them as much as I have Cobb because of my audience and who, most of our clients come from, but I can certainly ask. But that's a great question. Your business license has to be held in Cobb County for those grants, because what's going to happen when you apply for the grants, they're going to say, hey, did you take a course? And you're going to say, yes, here's my certificate. Hey, where's your business license? They're going to see it's not Cobb County, and then that's not going to be one of the qualifiers. So great question. Great question.
Can you talk about Cobb County a little bit more?
Oh, of course. Who is that? Is that you, Alicia? Hey, okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, let me tell you about Cobb County. Who wants to know why they have a lot of funds? Does anybody know why? Okay, take it away, Mr. Hewitt. Oh, wait, Miss Wesley, do you know why? You're on mute.
Oh no, I thought you said who wants to know why. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you all knew. Okay.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all. Yeah, thank you for that clarification so much. So let me tell you why. Okay, because I did the research and I believe people who know why things are, they can get everything else. I don't know if y'all heard of anything called a census. Do y'all remember the census? Okay, Cobb Countyans, they completed the census in Groves. So they found out that there were a gazillion entrepreneurs and a whole bunch of people who had businesses. So guess what? That's where the money went from the state. Okay. I'm just giving you facts. So that's why, and there's a grant that's funding this because those strong, great Cobb Countyans. Now we got over 160 counties in Georgia. I don't know why we got so many, but I'm telling you, Cobb County got a bulk of it because that's how they find out what the needs are. When I say they, I'm talking about municipalities, where to put the money. They can't just say, let's give it to DeKalb, let's give it to Fayette County because we live there. They're going to give it where there's a need. And if you're saying you got 50,000 businesses in one county, they're like, well, let's give them resources. They need resources to help the ecosystem thrive. So Cobb County did a great job, and they got a great job getting the grant money as well. And let me tell you a little bit about the grant. It's on a rolling basis, so you don't have to wait. There's not a deadline. All you got to do is complete it. You're going to get the information from me, or you can Google it. Go Google it, it's out there, but I'm happy to give it to you. And once you complete this class, you give them your certificate, and there's like about 5 or 6 other things you have to have, projections, everything you're going to learn in this class. And then the adjudicators review it. Right. And let me just tell you, we've already had somebody to win a grant from the office, and they took this class, I want to say October. So you will have everything you need to get ready. Cobb County bosses out there on this line, you have no excuse to not apply. You should be applying for the Cobb County Economic Development Grant, period. That's why, because of the census. If you're saying you got a gazillion people that's entrepreneurs or that live in the county, then that gives the state permission to allocate the funds to business owners there. All right, Miss Wesley, you had a question, or was that from earlier? We getting all the questions answered. Okay, I think that was from earlier.
No, I was saying I live in Cobb, but I didn't know why. I thought you was asking who wants to know why. But I forgot it was the census as well, but it went over my head with that. Because I know I had gotten a grant one time. They had given me a $5,000 grant for hardship.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I was able to do that, in 2023.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So, but that's why they have the bulk of the money is because of the census is saying, hey, you got all these entrepreneurs that are residents of Cobb. Doesn't mean they don't have as many in Fulton. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying people who respond, the numbers show. And I'm not saying other counties did not get the money. I'm just saying I know for a fact, and we're anchored in Cobb. I should learn a little bit about it, right? For being in Kennesaw and Greater Wealth Works. And they do still have funds. Now, they do run out of those funds. So we're not waiting to apply for these grants. Once you finish and your business is in Cobb County, then you should be completing that grant, okay? Because the money is there to be had. Oh, what I was saying before I mentioned to Miss Patricia, I wanted you to know that it's on a rolling basis. You can apply at any time. You would have had to have had a certificate of completion from this class and a few other qualifications. And they make decisions quarterly. So if they make a decision in, May, then they're not going to make another decision until like maybe July or August, because it's 4 quarters in a year, and they make the determinants each quarter. And we did have a winner who won a grant. I think she got 9,000. 10,000 is the highest. I think she got 9,000, and she received it this year, and she was in my class at the end of last year. Okay, so remember, it's quarters. All right. What other questions? We got time, but I'm not trying to hijack you. I just want you to be getting everything you need so you can be on, launched off on this class and ready to roll. Any other questions? Okay. A reminder, you will have homework. All homework is due before the next class. Okay. So go ahead. You're going to get an email. Let me tell you how it works. Usually within an hour, because I am now recording on the cloud. Once the cloud gets it all together, it sends me an email and says, hey, here's a recording. So I send you the recording, the presentation, whatever other documents, and it does, and a little write-up around what's expected. Go ahead, get it done. You may or may not have taken a picture of the canvas, but I'm going to be talking about clients. We're going to be talking about projections. So just kind of, let that come out, write it down. And then when you get the information, authenticate it to make sure you have everything you need, and then send it in. Here's the thing. If you don't send me the homework, I'm not offended. I'm here to give feedback. Feedback is a gift, right? You got a coach. Somebody's going to say, listen, no, now see, I'm going to tell you the truth. So why not have, you can run it through Chat GPT if you want to. Somebody told me, this is a true story, that they used it. I'm not knocking Chat GPT or Gemini or, they took over my phone. Now I say, okay, Google, and it says, ask Gemini. I'm fine. I need all the help I can get. What I'm saying is the humanistic part. And you talked about this, Leneva. The human, look at it, it's coming on there because I said Gemini. But it's the humanistic part, right? You get to talk to me, right? But you can throw it in chat. You can put all your homework in there. But what I'm trying to give you is the feedback so that you can authenticate what you're doing and be able to get the feedback you deserve. Copilot, Gemini don't know you. They get to know you. So people that use it a lot say, hey, it knows me. It knows how I think. Okay, that's great. But what about the feedback when you're in front of somebody or you're sending in your grant or you're getting feedback from these stories I have? That's going to authenticate it and make it even better for you and your business. Anybody can hire somebody, right, Miss Wesley, to do their plan. But who is the person that builds their plan that knows it like the back of their hand? They can communicate it with conviction and confidence. Now, final piece, and then we're going to wrap up. And those of you all who want to stay on with me for the next 15 minutes is fine. I'm here to answer questions because each of you all are getting coaching hours along the way. So we're going to be a little bit early if you want to come in and you want to stay a little bit late. But I'm not going to belabor the class if we don't need to go to 8 o'clock. I'm not doing that. So let me share this with you. At the end of the day, because you are taking time on your business, everybody's going to try to fill time. You wait, right? So be careful, okay, about the discipline about being in this class. Show up. You know, we're not going to start at 6:04, 6:05. Get people on two wheels like me to get in because we moving. We in Atlanta, we moving, right? We commuting. We doing all the things. We're bosses. We multitasking. But for 2 hours, lean in, be on camera, soak it up, answer the questions, learn from each other. And then once you're done, you're done. And then when you come back on Wednesday, we're going to authenticate, synthesize, and execute. And every time we're together, we're going to build. All right? Because you deserve this. Yes, this is not a volunteer. You have paid, you have come. We're going to give you more than what you desire because I want to make sure this is a value. I told you I'm going to have surprise guests. I'm going to lean on my network of people that I've known, and they're going to be experts to give you what you need, right? You deserve it. And you got your tribe. This is your community right here. Everybody in the room is a business owner. That's intentional, right? We're not in here with people aspiring to be who have gifts. You have the gifts, you have the ability. So lean in. But I'm telling you, now that you started this journey, now the distractions are going to come. You watch. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, they want me to stay late. The good news is that you get a copy of the information and you also get the recording. So if you ever want to see yourself or hear me again, when we're not together, good luck with that. You can replay me and that's fine. But spend this time on your business. I can't guarantee you get grants, but I can guarantee the value we add is priceless. And the reason why I know is because our clients tell us. So I've already synthesized, I've authenticated it because the clients come back and say, you're not going to believe what happened. I just won $70,000 from a SNAP grant. I didn't even know SNAP had grants because they use the framework of this course. Okay. So it'll be a lot of interaction, a lot of learning, but don't overwhelm yourself. Don't do like me and try to do everything in one night. Everything. Take it bit by bit, night by night, and build upon it. Now, next week is a holiday. So we only have one more day in this week together until June. That's intentional. Everybody's doing stuff. Barbecue this and out of town that. Enjoy your holiday. So Wednesday, try not to miss Wednesday. And if you can't come Wednesday, I'm going to give you the recording. But try to as much as you can because it's nothing like having a live interaction where people are back and forth and you're in the room gaining strength from one another. So with that, I'm going to close it up. If there are not any questions, let me see. I see something in the chat box. Wait a minute. Don't try to throw me off. I'm trying to be on top of things. DeKalb County. Okay, yes, I got you. Thank you, Miss A. Leneva. I'm grateful for this opportunity. Yes, I am grateful too. Like I started off, everybody's in this room for a purpose and a reason, and we're going to grow and glow together. And then I'll be teaching another class, and I'm saying all the great things that you all are doing, and we're in this together. So thank you. If you want to hang on, thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the time. You can stay on. I'll be here for like about 10 minutes. But if you don't want to stay, you can jump. Let me stop my recording for the first class here. And